3 days of mourning have been declared in the Russian city of Volgograd after a suicide bombing aboard a packed bus. Witnesses described a nightmarish scene of body parts and bloodied survivors left in shock, unable to comprehend exactly what just happened. RT's Lindsay France is in Volgograd for us.
The city itself is on a heightened state of alert right now, with investigators still on the scene, combing the scene and the bus that remains standing behind me for clues to put this pieces of the puzzle together. Now, at the scene here, 6 people lost their lives, 43 were injured, many of them very critically injured. Local hospitals were inundated with very severe injuries. Witnesses say it just looked like a war zone, severed limbs and severe burns everywhere they looked. Many of these people were sent to Moscow for more intensive treatment. Investigators arrived with the first light of day, and they're now actually raking through rubble on the side of the bus to see if they can find anything that would give them more clues as to what happened and why.
The loved ones are demanding answers. At this point, do we know exactly, Lindsay, what happened on the bus?
Well, an investigator has told RT that a woman boarded the bus yesterday afternoon and that an explosion then took place at the back of the bus. The first call came into emergency at around 2 p.m. local time, and at the scene, the fragments of an explosive device, including a grenade, TNT, and shrapnel, was found. But we found a witness who happened upon it just moments after the blast took place. Let's listen to what he's got to say.
There were many ambulances and police around, people getting out of their cars to help. They were pulling people out of the bus, giving them water, sharing their first aid kits. What shocked me is that there was one woman still inside the bus, sat all covered in blood, and I couldn't tell whether she was dead or alive. The bus route starts at the city's heart centre and also passes near the university, so the bus was full of heart patients and students.
One of the theories that's been going around is the possibility this attack may have been intended for Moscow. Have you heard anything about that?
That's right. In fact, investigators tell us that the woman responsible most likely for this bombing is a 30-year-old from Dagestan. Her name was Naida Asialova. Apparently, she was meant to be headed to Moscow, where 2 men from Dagestan were waiting for her. The 2 men are actually wanted for twin terrorist attacks in Dagestan in May of 2012. Another man who is suspected to be on his way to Moscow to help carry out the attack was Dmitry Sokolov, a man who reportedly went missing in 2012. His parents went on Russian television searching for him. Obviously now he is running from the police in this case.
And here at RT, we spoke to Alexander Domrin, an expert on international terrorism and a visiting lecturer at several U.S. universities. He says terrorism of this sort is not a regional matter. This is a global concern.
I can tell you that, we are dealing with this kind of a terrorist international. We cannot divide what's happening in America, in Boston or in Oklahoma City in 1995. We cannot separate it from what has just happened in Volgograd or from what happened in Nairobi just several weeks ago. We are in the same boat, and this is very unfortunate, and we need to deal with it. This is something that, that happens on a kind of irregular basis. This is not the first time, this is not the last time, but once again, we're in the same boat. And unlike just several years ago, when I had this feeling that, this expression, one person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter, I can see now that no matter what is somebody's attitude to Russia and the Russian government, when you have a terrorist attack in Russia, this is a terrorist attack not just against the Russian people. This is a terrorist attack against everybody.